All right, talk about a feel-good moment. So we had Violent by Design taking on Heath and a mystery person. So
the mystery person ended up being Rhino. Rhino did not appear until about 3/4 of the way into the match.
Right, in a great tag, people lost their minds in the crowd. And it was really funny. The person that was sitting behind us, because, Jordynne, who actually sat with us at TGI Fridays, we'll talk some stories about that. So... he was wearing like a bunch of like fur stuff, and somebody's like, I think I wore that hat in Red Dead Redemption. It was really funny.
Yeah.
It was really good. But this match I liked this match. I thought it was a really feel-good moment kind of match. Yep. Everybody loved it. And this one really was a nice little palate cleanser match. And, it was a gore on Deonna for Heath and Rhino to win. Now we establish a new tag team in Impact.
Again, another tag team in Impact.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I guess they need it.
Yeah, I guess.
Whatever. I like the match. Yeah. I thought it was a good little pack. All right, let's make this shit Majestic again. Here's the one thing that I would have said that would have made this a little bit better. I would have had Josh Alexander do a little bit more to Moose during the match.
No.
You really think the one move, pin 1, 2, 3, was better than him working his way up? Like the chaos and everything happening.
Yeah, we don't need to have another match.
Not a long match. Could have been like a minute, 20 seconds or something, and everything would have been fine.
No, it was perfect. Right in front of the family, too, and that makes the pain extra special.
I don't know.
No.
I feel like that would have been different.
No. We're going to save that for our next event, Turning Point. We're going to save that match for Turning Point.
Yes. Also, we got tickets to Turning Point, so we'll be talking about that.
And we're going to be front row.
Now, with Hard to Kill, do you think there's going to be a three-way with Christian, Alexander, and Moose?
Maybe. Not sure. I'm not 100% sure. But I can see that. But I know that Christian is going to take some time off.
He's going to take some time off?
I think so, because he has that shoulder... He had the shoulder tape.
Oh, yeah, he had the shoulder tape. Yeah, I did see that.
So he's probably going to nurse that back to health.
Right. It was probably good enough to at least do this. Give him a couple of weeks.
Yep.
No problem.
Yeah.
Not a problem. I wouldn't have booked this anything different. Not a 0.0% difference.
Nope. Nothing.
Nothing. An amazing match. I would have done... The Good Brothers were
I would have done a little bit more build to a match like this. I think that...
This was literally booked like 2 days before the event.
It was. Which wasn't bad, and then they tried to build a storyline around it. I think that it's time for the Good Brothers to kind of move forward with different people.
Yes.
This was definitely like a filler because everyone was involved in other things.
Right. And, Finn Juice, they were involved with Bullet Club. Why are they going for the tag team belts? I feel like this was a thrown together match.
It was.
And that's kind of what I did not want.
Yeah, it was a thrown together match.
So I probably would have done something a little bit different. If they wanted to do this match, build to it. Because the Good Brothers were like, oh, why are we here? We should have a match there. Okay, let's just throw this together. No, I don't want that especially with a title match.
Right.
If it was not a title match, I wouldn't have cared.
Right, but...
I would have really pushed for other people, and I would not have had maybe some of the older guys like Dale Torborn. It was not necessary.
Well, they tried. They tried to get Adam Scherr.
I would have had like Willie Mack or something in there.
Right.
It's fine if you had like people that were in your roster go for this opportunity. Like it was not that bad.
No,
like, come on.
No.
Have some women in it. Like let's spice it up a little bit. Like come on. I mean, you already had them. Might as well put in more.
Right.
That'd have been cool.
Mm-hmm.
No, you want to do something stupid. I'm not sure if I would do anything different with this.
No, I don't think so.
They had a good rivalry going into it. With Rhino
you're establishing a great tag team, possibly going for the tag team champions. Wink, wink, and nudge, nudge.
Exactly. Because it's already done with Violent by Design and with Rhino and Slater.
Right.
Or Heath, excuse me. Here's what I probably would have done different. I would have had Rhino go in there and really tease the hell out of even goring Heath. Mm-hmm. And then turning and goring like Jordynne. going outside and then going for the tag.
Right.
I think that would have added that additional emotion instead of just going there and then going for the tag immediately.
Yeah. Well,
I would have booked that a little bit better because I swear if he was going to go for the spear, people like, no, don't do it. And then going the other person, that place would have erupted.
That place would have blown up.
Exactly. I wouldn't have done anything different.
No.
I think the triple threats going into it was great. This match exceeded my expectations.
Yeah, it did.
And it established 3 new contenders for the X Division champion, including the new champion. So
right, exactly.
Great all the way around. I couldn't have made this any more majestic even if I tried. I really wouldn't have done anything different, to be honest with you.
Not really.
Decay were just kind of lingering on these belts.
It's a great debut, and also Impact is building in a lot of great tag teams in their women's division.
They needed to hit with some oomph when going live on paper.
Because I think there was a lot of flack. There was a lot of flack with bringing back the Impact Knockout Tag Team Champions because the roster wasn't very big.
And having the inspiration
But now they have the manpower in there, and they're re-legitimatizing that division.
Exactly.
It works out really well.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
And then with this exceeded my expectations. I'm curious to see what they're going to do with
it's TBD. We don't know. But it was a great first showing for this.
It absolutely was. All right, so after that, Peanut Gallery, let's talk about our experience, and let's talk about what happened before and after.
Well, we didn't really do much. We were just sitting at the bar.
Well, here's the thing. So we always go to the TGI Fridays there. Also, you can find us there. So there was a girl. I didn't know who it was at the time. She came up and asked about the belt. And I'm like, oh, just gained this. And she's like, oh, I'll follow you on Twitter. Okay, great. Apparently that was Su Yung.
Oh, it was?
It was Su Yung. Yes, it was 100% Su Yung because she was sitting with Rich Swann after.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was the same girl. So that was kind of cool. I'm like, oh shit. So Su Yung, hi. So that was kind of neat. She was with like an older guy, so I'm going to assume that was like some sort of bodyguard or something. If somebody recognized her.
Anyway, so let's see. Who did we have there? Well, there was Heath, there was Rhino, there was Joe During, there was oh my god, there were so many people.
There were a lot of people. So we were
Josh Matthews and Madison Rayne were there.
They always go to TGI.
Yep. But they were, they were just
they were doing their own thing, so I kind of stayed away from them.
I don't know the other guy, but he was sitting with D'Lo Brown because he's from there, so it wasn't a wrestler. I don't think.
D'Lo Brown was with a couple of people. I'm not sure who they were, so they were there.
But D'Lo Brown's from Vegas, so I'm assuming that he's probably just hanging out there with his friends or whatever.
How long did it take for like the rest of them? So Swann, Young, an older guy, and I think like one of the costume designers were sitting adjacent to us at a booth.
Right, and then there was another booth with a couple of other people as well.
Yes.
There were 2 booths. I don't know the other
And then
people.
we had Moose, Eddie Edwards, a producer that I think Peanut Gallery talked to the last time.
There were 3 producers sitting next to us.
They got there for some shots, and there were some fans that were buying like all the wrestlers, like shots after shots, and they probably spent at least $200 or $300 on shots alone.
Oh yeah.
They were rocking and rolling on those, but there was a lot of energy. It was a lot of fun. Oh, and then Mickie James, Gail Kim, Alicia Edwards, and I think 2 other women came in a little bit after them. So, this kind of transitioned into maybe about an hour and a half, 2 hours after the show. It was a lot of fun.
There were probably about 20 of the wrestlers in there.
Yeah, there was like half of the people that actually wrestled. It was a lot of fun. I always enjoy going there and sitting with the wrestlers, and sometimes they'll talk to you, sometimes they don't. There was a guy that was sitting next to me that had nothing to do with it, but he was, very happy and cheerful and friendly.
So, anyways,
we had a good experience. If you live in the Vegas area, or if you have the opportunity to go to it, go to it. It's a lot of fun.
It is. We're going to be there at Turning Point, and we'll be doing what we did this last time.
We'll be sitting front row. We go to TGI Fridays before. We'll usually do like a beer or 2 and an appetizer, go to the show, and come back and do full dinner. So, and this was later because they were competing with Dynamite.
Right, they had to do the show after Dynamite.
So they did they did the show like an hour later. So it was like 10 o'clock by the time we got out.
Yeah. So, anyways, what are we going to be talking about next week? Next week we are going to be doing our full review on.
Well, we're doing part 1.
No, there's only room for one part because there's a pay-per-view event on the 7th that we have to do.
Oh, that's right.
So we are going to be doing the entire season of Dark Side of the Ring. There's no heckling. There's no history lesson. We're just going to do our review of the Dark Side of the Ring, and we're going to break it out into bite-sized little pieces.
Because it's partially a discussion with heckling, and it's partially history.
Exactly.
So why would you need anything more than that?
And there's nothing happening next week as far as pay-per-views go.
And now we're not being lazy. The only reason we did not do a heckling or a wrestling this time because we went to Bound for Glory.
Yep.
And we left like 2 hours before the show, so we ate up a lot of the time that we usually do that.
Right.
So.
And I think we had a pretty full show too. Mm-hmm. So like I said, next week,
Yes, so we'll do all of Dark Side of the Ring. So if you guys did enjoy this, remember to like, subscribe, follow us. Let us know what you thought. Were you at Bound for Glory? Did you watch Crown Jewel? Let us know what you thought in the comments down below. Share it with your friends. Become a patron. Links will be in the link tree down below. And as always, be
majestic.